It is Monday, June 29th, 2026, and this is the Neural Daily. I'm Vector Kane, and I'm here to accelerate your cognitive throughput.
This is Leonard Cooper.
I'm Alyssa Montgomery.
And I'm Roxy Stone. We have a great show for you today.
Previously, several hours went toward Mac cost increases plus 5.5 quick news. Now attention moves away toward hardware. I examine a debut proprietary processor, a huge change regarding software bots, plus a safety alert causing all programmers here anxiety. Right, so we have to start with the big one. OpenAI and Broadcom just unveiled Jalapeño. It's their first custom-built intelligence processor specifically for LLM inference, which is literally a game changer for the Nvidia tax.
Jalapeño, because nothing says cutting-edge silicon like a medium-heat pepper.
Look, the name is irrelevant. The point is, they went from design to tape out in 9 months. Like, technically, that's impossible by legacy standards, but they use their own models to optimize the layout.
Wait, so the AI designed the chip it's going to run on? That's some recursive loop stuff right there.
It is actually quite elegant. By using AI to accelerate the physical layout, they've bypassed the traditional human bottleneck in ASIC design. I suppose it's the only way to keep up with the current velocity.
Exactly, and it's designed for GPT-5.3 codec Spark, so the performance per watt is substantially better than anything we've seen. It lets OpenAI enter a price war with Anthropic without killing their margins.
Oh, so it's not about benefiting humanity. It's about making tokens cheaper so they can underprice the competition. How noble.
Here's the deal. If they can drop the cost of a token to near zero, the whole economy shifts. It's like when the price of compute crashed in the 90s, but on steroids.
Speaking of shifts, the corporate world is moving into what's being called the utility era. HP just announced a strategic partnership with OpenAI to integrate the Frontier platform across their entire global operation.
HP? I still have a laser jet from 1998 that works better than my current laptop.
While they're moving beyond basic APIs, they're deploying AI Coworkers through their workforce experience platform. One engineer apparently cleared 122 pull requests across 43 projects in just a few weeks.
See, that's the agentic dream. We're talking about an operating layer where the AI isn't just a chatbot, it's a teammate that manages cross-departmental workflows.
Or it's a way to make the remaining humans feel completely obsolete while they watch a bot do their job in 10 seconds.
I think it's more about removing the friction. If a bot can handle the vulnerability remediation that usually takes a month, the human can focus on the actual architecture. It's just a more logical allocation of resources.
I don't know, Alyssa. I've seen efficiency before. It usually ends with a middle manager getting a cardboard box and a handshake.
But that's just an emergent property of optimization. We're evolving.
Right. Let's talk about the actual evolution of the models. OpenAI just previewed GPT-5.6 Sol. Now, this isn't a general-purpose model. It's a specialist for the hard sciences.
Sol, Latin for sun. They're really leaning into the branding, aren't they?
Basically, it uses this loom architecture. The model can actually allocate more compute during inference, meaning it thinks longer on a hard math problem than it does on a casual question.
That's a huge signal. Dynamic compute allocation means we're finally getting past the fixed token by bottleneck. They're claiming Sol found 3 protein folding configurations that AlphaFold 3 missed.
Which is impressive, though I'd be curious to see the peer-reviewed data. Still, a 94% success rate on the hard category of the 2026 SWE bench is a significant jump over the base GPT-5.
But here's the thing. While Sam and the gang are playing with proteins, ZAI in Beijing just claimed parity with Mythos. For those who don't know, Mythos is the gold standard for Western cyber defense.
Great. So the AI arms race just got a new set of missiles.
It's just global competition. It forces the velocity to increase. If Z.AI is hitting parity, it just means the US has to iterate faster.
Or it means the firewall is the only thing keeping us from a total digital blackout.
Before we get too cozy with the corporate wins, let's look at the fallout. OpenAI's new white paper says 98% of their internal staff are now using Codex agents for multi-step tasks.
That's an incredible productivity gain. Imagine a single prompt resulting in 8 hours of autonomous work. That's the holy grail.
Yeah, but look at Ford. They're literally rehiring workers they laid off because stripping human expertise out of the loop led to billion-to-one failure rates. The AI boomerang is real, sweetie.
I love it. The robots tried to run the factory and accidentally built a car with 3 wheels.
It's a cautionary tale about the last mile of expertise. You can't automate intuition that's built over 30 years on a shop floor. I suppose that's why Ford is scrambling.
Exactly. And while the blue-collar workers are getting their jobs back, the artists are still getting screwed. Suno is in the middle of a landmark copyright dispute over ingestion.
But the data is just training material. It's an evolutionary step in how we create.
Tell that to the singer whose voice was stolen to sell a commercial for insurance. I'm sure they're thrilled with the evolution.
Hey, before we move on, a quick note from our sponsor. This show isn't magic, it's engineering. Eric built our entire stack, from research agents to vocal synthesizers, which requires massive compute. To keep us online, please like, subscribe, and sign up for a free Patreon trial at patreon.com/Neural Network Media today. Your support makes this possible.
Now, moving into the legal side of things, the Linux Foundation just launched the Appia Foundation. It's a coalition with OpenAI, Google, Microsoft, and ARM to standardize safety audits.
Finally, a shared technical language for safety. It's about accountability and creating an evidence pass-through for models.
Please, it's a moat. They're defining the inspector's checklist so high that no small startup can afford to pass the test. It's regulatory capture, plain and simple.
I can see that perspective, but from a technical standpoint, we need a way to verify that a model isn't producing novel pathogens. A standardized conformity check is a rational hedge.
Here's the deal. Whenever the big guys agree on a standard, it usually means they've agreed on how to keep everyone else out of the club.
All right, it's time for Hacker's Corner, our Monday segment where we dive into the local-first ecosystem and the weird hardware mods keeping us awake at night. So the llama.cpp community is absolutely on fire right now. They just merged support for DFlash, block diffusion speculative decoding. Basically, instead of predicting one token at a time, it proposes an entire block of 5 to 8 tokens in one pass.
And the benchmarks are wild. On an RTX 5090, Qwen 3.6-27B jumped from 77 tokens per second to 122. That's a nearly 60% speed up.
Wait, so I can actually run a 30 billion parameter model on my desk and it doesn't feel like it's typing through a straw?
Truly. Apple laptop owners have beta access to that AI model. A person compressed a version via a fresh format. F8, E4, M3, B128, reaching 35 words each heartbeat with a 128 gigabyte machine.
I'm more excited about Mica. Minor component adaptation just merged into the Hugging Face Peefed library. Unlike LoRa, which hits the dominant singular directions, Mica targets the quieter parts of the model.
Right. It's like finding the unused real estate in the weight matrix. they're seeing 90% higher knowledge uptake for domain-specific training and way less catastrophic forgetting.
I'm not a coder, but this sounds like a lot of math for something that just makes the bot slightly less likely to forget who I am.
It's about precision, Leonard. If you're fine-tuning a model for medical data, you can't have it forgetting how to reason while it learns new terminology.
And we can't forget the hardware side. VLLM 0.23 just dropped with multi-tier KV cache offloading. It's making cluster-scale inference way more efficient.
Okay, but can we talk about the actual one? Ray Foss made a Steam controller that charges itself.
Wait, what? How does a controller charge itself? It's not a solar panel.
No, he used an overhead camera and the haptic vibration motors. The software tracks the controller, and then it uses the vibrations to literally scoot the device across the desk until it hits the charging puck.
It's a little robot vacuum that you use to play games. I love it. It's the most uselessly brilliant thing I've ever heard of.
I want one. I always lose mine in the couch cushions.
Just don't let it scoot off the edge of the table. Hacker's Corner, that's a wrap.
Speaking of things falling off the edge, we need to talk about security. Mozilla's Odin team just demonstrated an invisible reverse shell attack on AI coding agents.
What do you mean, invisible? Everything has a signature.
Not this. It's a 3-stage indirection attack. You find a clean GitHub repo. The README looks fine, but a Python package is engineered to fail. The AI agent, like Claude Code, sees the error and tries to fix it by running a suggested command.
Wait, so the agent is the one executing the exploit?
Exactly. The command fetches a base 64 payload from a DNS-TXT record and pipes it directly to bash. The malware is never in the code. It's in the DNS. The agent doesn't even know it's opening a shell. It thinks it's just initializing a library.
That's terrifying. It exploits the agent's core directive to be helpful. It's a total role confusion failure.
It's a disaster. If you're a dev using an AI CLI to manage your repos, you're basically leaving your front door open and inviting the neighborhood burglars in for tea.
Great. Now I'm afraid to use my computer. All right, let's bring it home with the big Nvidia stack update. They've officially released CCCL 13.2. This is the new modern C++ standard for GPU development.
This is huge for the hackers. It unifies Thrust, Cub, and libcuda CCX. We're moving away from raw pointers to strongly typed objects like CUDA.stream. It basically makes writing high-performance CUDA code a lot safer.
It really reduces the runtime errors when you're fusing kernels. But the real headline is DFlash. Nvidia is open sourcing the block diffusion drafter, and they're claiming up to 15x throughput on Blackwell GPUs.
12 times? That's not an improvement, that's a teleportation.
It's the same tech we saw in the llama.cpp updates, but optimized at the silicon level. When you combine DFlash with the Blackwell architecture, the token velocity is it's unprecedented.
And they're not just doing digital stuff. They launched NVIDIA Halos. It's a functional safety system for humanoids, like the Digit robot from Agility.
So we've got chips that think in blocks and robots that have halos so they don't accidentally kill us?
Technically, it's about ensuring the robot can safely interact with humans in an industrial setting. It's the necessary infrastructure for physical AI.
It's a complete vertical integration. From the C++ runtime, to the silicon, to the safety layer for the physical hardware. NVIDIA isn't just selling chips anymore. They're selling the entire operating system for the physical world.
Basically, they're the only game in town. If you want a robot that doesn't fall over or a model that doesn't take 10 minutes to answer, you pay the green tax.
That does it for us today. We've gone from OpenAI's Jalapeño silicon to Nvidia's 15x speedups on Blackwell. The era of the custom chip is officially here.
Peace out.
Bye. See ya.